Hello, and welcome back to the Director of Operations series. Week 3 is over. I'm feeling good. Preparing for next week to make more progress than I made this week. So let's jump in and see what those results look like. My first goal was to get the listing process defined from appointment to close. I'll put up a screenshot of the document I put together for this last week. Get that up here so you can look at that. I consider this goal achieved. Now I just need to enforce the process moving forward. My second goal was to implement daily accountability for agent activity. If you remember from the week before, my goal was to define what and how to track agent activity. I achieved that goal this week, but did not get it implemented. I am ready to start the daily accountability tomorrow, so I am pleased, but the goal was missed. It was supposed to be implemented this week. I'll actually be talking a bit more about this later. My third goal was to start defining our culture, and I hate that I set this goal for myself last week, not because it wasn't attainable, but because it was so ill-defined that it's impossible to say if it was achieved or not. I violated one of my own principles by not having a clearly defined goal, so this is also a miss for the week. My final goal was to build the first agent dashboard draft. I got the team dashboard completed, which will directly contribute to the agent dashboards. However, I didn't make any progress on the dashboards that the agents will have direct access to. This is another missed goal for this week. Not great going 1 for 4, but we keep pressing forward, looking to have better results this coming week. Some of the challenges that I had. A challenge for this week was just losing focus on my big goals with daily tasks and distractions. Not much gets done on Monday, for example, just due to our team meeting and training that I'm now conducting, which requires preparation. It hasn't been a goal in this series yet, but pre-planning the training sessions and getting those fleshed out will likely make it onto the list next week as a goal. I still need to put something together for tomorrow, and I'll actually be working on that after I get this video recorded today. Another challenge was, defining the listing process and putting the missing pieces into place. That just took longer than expected. It is easy to talk about what you want to do. It's a little bit harder to write everything down, and it's even harder to get the missing pieces in place and actually implement the process. There are forms, templates, scripts, all of these things need to be thought about and created and even refined as we start executing and improving on the listing process. Lastly, we also conducted our first agent interview on Thursday, which went well. But afterwards, in the back of my mind, I was thinking about how do we keep track of interviews and follow up with both new and experienced agents so that we don't let good opportunities slip through the cracks. So those were the challenges that I faced this past week. Systems progress, in addition to getting the listing process defined, I spent a lot of time putting the pieces in place to track agent activity and daily accountability, which goes back into feeding the agent reports. I put the team dashboard together, which I'll put up on the screen now. This has the metrics that we want to have front and center and allows the team leader to look at the results for specific agents as well as the team as a whole. This will likely change as we use it, but it gives us a good foundation to start from. I also created the entry sheets for the metrics that feed the dashboard report. Right now, the plan is for me to contact each agent on the team every day to collect their reports and enter their results. Now, for scaling purposes, this is not an ideal way of doing it. However, this gives me a good reason to communicate with each team member every day, which is also an important cultural norm I want to implement. I'll put some screenshots up of the sheets I'll be using to make these entries so you get an idea of what that looks like. Eventually, I'll automate this process with reminders to the agents to fill out their reports or to use a form to enter their information. Right now, I want to reinforce the accountability and team results aspects, and I can do that best with daily conversations. And when I talk about accountability, my conversations are not going to be confrontational at all. My goal is to get real results from the agents so that we can determine baseline and set expectations. From there, we can compare real results with their goals to determine the gap and figure out how to bridge that gap. So the tracking system is almost complete, and we're getting the core processes of listing and selling real estate defined. This is getting me closer to pieces I need and want to focus on for team growth, which is lead generation, recruiting, and training. And I actually have these on my whiteboard. I'll throw up a screenshot here so you can take a look at that. But yeah, on my whiteboard is to act as the trainer, as the inside sales agent, and as a recruiter, because those are really the key pillars that we need to focus on in order to grow the team and reach our goal of 100 million. So with that all said, here are my goals for week 4. I want to complete the agent dashboards and set up auto notifications so the agents are reminded to visit and check on their metrics daily. Next goal, I want to call each agent on the team every day to get the results and add them to the tracking sheet. This action, the daily calls, along with the agent dashboard, will create real-time look at their results. My third goal is to get an access solution for Facebook. This has been an annoying obstacle. Right now, our team leader is unable to change his password without knowing the old password, which is a really strange scenario. None of this is his fault. It's just a quirk with Facebook. But regardless, I need to find a way to post on our business page, even if that solution is not a perfect solution. It's just something that needs to get done. The last goal is to create a sitemap for the future intranet site. This is going to be the go-to resource for our agents to get anything and everything they need to perform for our team. That does it for week 3. As always, I appreciate you joining me on the journey. I hope you're making good progress with your business and with your goals. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you next week with a future update. And take care.